So we are here at Speedco, okay? Super good. And we are getting the steer shaft bushing replaced that I had told you about. I shared that picture with you guys. Found a place that was confident and willing to do it. So I came up here. They did ask me to bring a new a new steer shaft with me, just in case that we needed it, and or it was obviously just the simplest way of replacing it, disengaging it, taking it apart, sliding it out from the firewall, and putting the new one right back in with the bushing at the base. Good work.
So here's our old one. As you can tell, there's nothing left.
Compare it to the new one, like the old to the new, so we can see. Okay.
Here's our new one. So basically, this will get bolted to the firewall, and the steering shaft will go right through that, backwards though, and it basically just supports the shaft to keep it in place, and then the rest of the shaft bolts to your steering gear.
So that's really important. You know, I ask people to check these things. Let me see this old one real quick. So this is the old one, okay? There's no support around it, no square to solidify it to the firewall, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that's completely missing. That's the old one. And does that naturally just come with age, corrosion, wear and tear, just a normal?
Yep, it's rubber, and rubber will get old and degrade over time, and eventually
Okay.
it'll crack and tear.
So, and what we chose to do, there are a couple ways, but here with Bob, we chose to just completely replace my steering shaft, the whole shaft, the column. What do we call it, please?
Yep, steering
The
shaft.
steering shaft, okay. Right here from the steer box, and he's gonna put the new one right back in. And is that also maybe like a simpler way to do that without disengaging U-joints and things like that?
No, this is the quickest way to do it. You just got 2 pinch bolts on each side of the shaft. It just slides out, and then once these 4 bolts come out, it all comes out as one piece.
Very nice. Okay, and he's gonna put it back together, and we'll show you the end. It's right there in the firewall. And what about removing the steering wheel? What like, is that necessary or not in this process?
Nope, the steering wheel and column itself is a separate part, so you don't have to take any of that out.
And what holds the steering wheel?
It has its own separate supports and bushings inside the column.
Okay, and where did it disconnect?
It disconnects just right here. There's your steering shaft from the wheel, just sitting right there at the firewall.
Okay.
So once we get the bushing in, it'll be supported, like it's supposed to, and you shouldn't have any play in it at all.
Very nice. Okay.
I'm actually going to add a data.
And here it is, trucking fam. Check this out. Yee-hoo-hoo! No more play. Nice and tight, and in there. Beautiful job, Bob. Yee-hoo! And I feel safe again. Boy. So, always learning, like I always say. Learning. I had a wire wrap around my shaft. I told you that a few weeks ago that caused some other electrical issues, and I believe just the tension that was on my steering shaft was just treacherous, and the bushing was already worn out. So I think it just did a number on it, took its life. And learning from each other is what it's about. If you haven't checked that in a while, how many of us are really pre-tripping? Do you remember this? Do you remember that? Are you doing that in your pre-trip, or are you just walking around looking at your truck? Open your hood. Be legit. Be truthful to yourself, and know that your equipment is in the most upstanding working condition for peace of mind for yourself, for safety for yourself, and safety of everyone around us. Do not shortcut your pre-trips, your post-trips, en route trips. Do it for you. Do it for you and everyone else around us. Nothing but love. It's Jacinda Lady Truckin' coming at ya.